Hey, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Aiden. Welcome first and foremost. If you have watched my videos before, welcome back. I figured today's video would just be super brief. I can kind of just catch up with you guys, see what you've been up to, see what I've been up to. Just kind of go from there, really. So let's just get into it.
Ladies and gentlemen.
First and foremost, I do want to point out I really need a haircut. Let's just acknowledge it. It's not doing my face any favors. I know that it's overgrown, but at the same time, I figured this would just kind of push me to film at least more often and kind of just upkeep that. I know that sounds kind of counterproductive because I'm doing it backwards. I'm not cutting it and filming, but I think there's a process and a logic there. Can't explain. But anyways, yes, need a haircut. Other than that, where did we leave off? So we left off with me. I took a hiatus temporarily, came back for a second, filmed about 2 videos, which were top surgery questions and tips, as well as kind of supplies, what I needed, what I didn't need, that kind of thing. Which if you have not watched, I will link for you, that way you can. It's perfect if you have not had surgery yet, or maybe are helping someone with their surgery. So again, we'll link this for you. Really, I think the main drop off for me as to why I kind of stopped putting content out was, it's just mentally draining, frankly. But also, even prior to surgery, I was running on very limited spoons. What I mean by that is work was just utterly exhausting. I was very mentally drained, physically drained, just because it is a job that has a lot of physical labor to it. It was outside, it was hot. I was often covering for people, which I have no problem with, just when it's all the time, it's exhausting. It very limits what I can do just on my own free time, since I'm just trying to reboot myself, right? So yeah, again, prior to surgery, just busy as it be with work. Then my dog at the time, his name was Tucker, he passed away. He had cancer, which already was hard, right? You're already trying to plan different things just in life, and like, for example, we also bought a house with him in mind, like for him to have a yard and different things, which another stressful factor, right? Like, busy with work, bought a house, your dog dies of cancer all right before you're getting top surgery. Obviously I didn't close on the house until after, but starting that process was just so stressful, right? Then surgery. I will say top surgery was physically hard. It was mentally hard. It was emotionally hard. I'll definitely give it a little bit more, context and idea when I make videos just about my surgery itself. I think that just warrants a whole video on its own. Not the emotional and all that, but that will be part of it. But just top surgery, wow, what an experience! Both from the joy to the difficulty to everything, the recovery. So yeah, I will make a separate video, but taking a break was very much needed just because of those feelings that I was feeling. Now, I did also mention that I had a very stressful job, right? Somewhere in the midst of this timeline, I had left that job, which, great, but at the same time, so much has happened, right? Plus, switching jobs just also, while it was a great, mental and physical change, switching from that field to this entirely different field where it's not like that at all. It was just demanding because you're switching jobs. You're having to learn something, put your best foot forward, make sure you're really understanding things, kind of learn this new role, this new industry, just new everything, right? So I definitely had challenges there, but I was really grateful for those challenges, and I'm still grateful that I made that switch. So despite, starting a new job, which potentially gave me some more freedom, I wasn't making videos. And that was because at first I was working a part-time job at night, still kind of doing something physical, but just on a part-time basis, and then doing this new job, new industry during the day. And, it just took a lot of time. Plus, as a human on your days off, you do different things like hang out with your partner, your family, friends, you clean, you grocery shop, you run whatever errands or things you're doing just as a human being. And to me, while I'm not a perfectionist per se, I think I'm very hard on myself. So putting out content was just difficult. Balancing all those things, having time for myself, and putting out content that I thought was engaging or educational or helpful, or just wasn't cringy to me, I just couldn't do it. So I think that while all those things were very hard, and just it was an emotional time as well, just all things considered, I think it was just a much needed break overall anyways. So, I kind of think it did me good ultimately versus bad. Another thing I wanted to talk about wasn't a reason I was gone, but why I'm coming back. Part of the reason I'm coming back is just because I feel like with the privilege I have, I'm white, I'm cis hetero passing, that comes some sort of responsibility too. Not everyone can live out. They sometimes have to live life as a stealth trans person. Obviously, being any kind of marginalized person in this country is exhausting and difficult. But yes, just with my passing privilege as a trans person, I'm immensely privileged there. I'm able to have different conversations with people that other people don't have, because they don't have the assumption I'm trans by looking at me. They're only assuming because I'm fighting so hard against their narrative, right? So I do think it puts me in a position that I should use for good. And I should kind of use my platform, very small platform, but just use it for things, whether it's helping dispel transphobic rhetoric, or kind of educate people, or even just helping people with kind of their trans journey. Everyone's journey is so different, and I just kind of like showing what mine is like, because again, I've said this before, even if it helps one person, I've done my job, and that's amazing. Based on the comments I get, I'm obviously helping people, at least sometimes, and if it's few, better than one, better than my original goal, amazing. But I also know there's more work to be done, and I also know that with the vile, gross comments I get, there's more work to be done. There's more that I can kind of do. So we're back. I'm back. Yeah, I think what we will also do is just kind of talk about high level some videos that I kind of want to make. So obviously I'll be doing, top surgery as a topic, but I'll be doing different things like voice updates, you name it. But I really want to hear from you guys. What is a question you have, a topic you want to see covered? Like, what do you guys want to see content-wise? I'm happy to do specific things if I'm able to speak to it and have that kind of, experience. Or if it's something I can do to help educate in some way, then I would be happy to do so. So if you have something, definitely leave it in the comments. Another thing, if you guys are comfortable, of course, is how are you doing? Like, I want to hear from you guys. I read those comments you guys leave. Some of them are so sweet. You're either, speaking to the void like I am right now with the camera. You're just speaking to each other, giving each other advice. You're seeking advice and confiding in myself or others. It's just, I will say the internet, while it can be horrible and hard and people can be mean, the internet can also be so beautiful, and I just love the connections that people can make and the vulnerability that we can share with each other. It's beautiful. So yes, I want to hear from you guys. Did you end up talking to that therapist? Did you come out to your family? Did you talk to your mom? Are they still talking to you? How are you doing? How is your country during all of this trans rhetoric? Is yours, thriving? Is yours suffering more than it was before? Talk to me. What's going on? I want to hear from everybody. As always, I really appreciate your support. If you're new here, thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, I hope you check out some of my other videos. If you've already watched my other videos, obviously, welcome back, like I said. I just really look forward to making more content, making more of those connections with you guys, hearing updates from you guys on, what's going on in your guys' life. So truly thank you for your support, and I look forward to kind of catching up with you guys.